boy Noonie, back with another reading. This is going to be a reading for Sag. What's up with it? Look at my coffee cup, Sag. Fancy. I don't know what that is, but I did the foam and shit. You can't see it now. It already melted. But I'll be using that instead of sugar because it's only like 10 calories per tablespoon. So, and I do measure it out on tablespoons. But it's a good start. Like after I drink like half a liter of water, then I drink coffee. Go me. All right. So anyway, Sag, let's see what's going on. Fancy. Exactly. Exactly. So let me see, Sag, what's going on? Some of y'all about to say you guys could be arriving somewhere new shortly. So it's maybe trip, travel, boys. Could just be like, I mean, that's not nothing random for y'all. There we go, first house. It is arrival. But you guys are also healing the way that you guys enter into situations. So you guys will start understanding maybe like intuitive nudges in terms of like interactions with people. I think I already said that though. I guess it's the same thing. I guess this is like a big message that you guys are like still working on, of like being able to trust your feelings, being able to trust your emotions and interactions with everyday people, or with people who you guys have like feelings and like, you know, care for. You guys are recognizing how you enter into the relationship, like how you come about, how you show up to them, how they view you, how you view yourself in those moments. You know what I mean? So also, because the moon is here, the moon has to do with the underlining emotions. So this could be fear, jealousy, sadness, guilt, shame. You may start recognizing all these because Chiron is here. You're healing these. All right. So your appearance may change, or how people will view you will change. And this could be people who've known you since childhood, or have known you since maybe even for forever, or they're just very comfortable with you. There's going to be some type of big change in that light. All right, so you may be able, like I said, you may be able to see maybe motives better, or you just may be able to like read the underlining messages that aren't being said. So this may be a talent that y'all already had. You guys maybe have suppressed it. All right, and then still we also got possibly past connections coming back around, or people you've already had interactions with before, coming back to kind of like inspire a gift or ability that you have that you put down. You know what I mean? So, damn, where my water at? So what they'll be doing is working with y'all. All right, could be a public servant, could be Cancer, or somebody who's like, let's say a driver, or somebody who does a lot of traveling. It could be an Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer. I'm gonna use a different deck though. Yeah, you're about to get an opportunity. We got the Sun and we got the Seven of Cups. You're about to get a slew of opportunities. Some of y'all could be romantic dates because of your appearance. Like people could be perceiving you guys differently, or people could be perceiving your personality differently. Like there could be a change in the way that you, I would say it's the way it's like the way you enter. I say the way you enter into relationships, but it's like the way you show up to people. Like how they want, maybe like, I don't know, like I always think like maybe as a kid, they maybe viewed you as like shy, timid, you know, maybe not much of a communicator, maybe a little socially awkward, maybe distant, you know, maybe, but you would fluctuate. So maybe some days you're very aggressive, then other days you're kind of emotional, sometimes. So maybe you guys are getting out of that energy. And the people that are coming are kind of like bringing clarity that, or bringing confirmation that you've outgrown that phase. All right. So this could also be like sometimes like letting go of children, or letting go of people who like you once had to nurture, because you realize like maybe they're growing up. They don't have that same wound, that same insecurity that they once had. So I don't really have that same emotional pull, or emotional response with them, or they don't have that same emotional pull or emotional response from me. Sometimes it can become an awareness of that. The moon gives like an awareness of like emotional states. Then we got the King of Cups here too. So this may be somebody who you feel doesn't respond to you in the way that you would like them to, or they feel you don't respond to them in the way, or they no longer respond. It's one of those two. Something like that is happening here. You're no longer responding to like triggers the way that you used to, or the people around you are no longer responding to triggers the way that they used to. So things that would have set them off, made them feel a certain way, or things that would have made them feel disempowered, now kind of becomes a source of confidence. So you may be like, either you're learning this, like this may be your personality trait that you're like starting to exercise. Like maybe you were always an outspoken person, a very assertive person, or a very confident person, and maybe a parent figure, because we got King of Cups. So this could be sometimes a parent figure or an older adult figure maybe made you feel disempowered for communicating in the way you were, for expressing yourself, or being as confident in the way that you were. There was intention to like, you know, have control. So this may be an opportunity where you start to understand that through an interaction with other people. You know what I mean? Because I kind of feel like you just kind of pick up where, like, when people are trying to take your power, or you pick up where people expect you to respond a certain way, and maybe you don't. You know what I mean? You're no longer feeling triggered by that, like the need to maybe impress, or no longer like the need to try to like, and yeah, or to improve yourself, to like be loved, to be cared for. So it's giving that vibe. I also kind of feel, because we got 7 swords, so it keeps kind of alluding back to somebody who's trying to come back now to persuade you guys that I mean, basically they miss you. Whoever it is missing you, so they probably want to heal the connection. So some of y'all, y'all may be traveling, or they may be arriving soon and starting to be a lot more emotional and a lot more like in depth with their feelings, but it's strategic. But it's like they now want to present, I don't know, I'm not going to say an illusion, because it's not an illusion. Even though the moon in this deck, I mean, let's say this. If it is an illusion, you're going to be able to see through it, is what I am getting at, because you now understand it. Thank you so much, Marie. Marie. All right, thank you so much. Wait, did you just send me $100? Or that's a gifts? I don't know what the gifts mean, though, but thank you so much. Thank you. So strength. Where was going? Oh, 7 swords. So yeah. Oh yeah. Page of Cups and the Hangman. So this is somebody who's now viewing you differently. I said your personality has changed. Or maybe your appearance has changed. How you present yourself. Well, how you show up into people's lives, or how they view you is changing. All right. So now they're having deeper feelings and emotions. And this is somebody who probably held back from really expressing the care and concern that they have for you, or really working together in a partnership that could be. You sent me $100. Oh, get the fuck out of here, Gemini. Are you tripping? Get yourself the fuck out of here. All right, so anyway, this is a past person, but they're going to be trying to sneak back or be strategic about trying to get you back into the relationship. All right, so this is somebody who probably now is more infatuated with y'all. They're infatuated with the way that you guys don't like and respond to them in the same light that you did. So they don't have like control over your emotions. That's like a turn on. If this is a woman, this is more like a turn on. But if this is a, well then, so maybe I'm describing you if you're a woman. I'm maybe describing you as this person now who has more emotional, they're not like emotional codependent anymore. This was used to be somebody who needed a lot of emotional reassurance, needed to know that you cared, needed to know that you loved them, or needed this from outside sources. So you may be now finding a man or finding a woman who's now very confident in their position in life or their place in the world. You know what I mean? So now this is somebody who now wants to pursue you guys. So they probably, I don't know, somewhere in here there's like a emotional evolving that's happened. So you may start recognizing this in yourself and in others. You know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier, like how you have to maybe let a family or a friend go, or children. Like you have children and they grow up, they're no longer amused by the same stuff. Like maybe you know how like my teen's turning into a teen. I mean my daughter's turning into a teen. So like hugging and kissing outside in public, Dad, don't do that. So I can't do that. You know what I mean? So like it's kind of like that. Like maybe friends are like growing up in a light where, let's say, they no longer eat junk food. They no longer want to drink on the weekends. Now they're working out or they're working. You know what I mean? Stuff like that is happening. So, or you're doing that. Like it's like growing out, and people are seeing it and now wanting to come back because they've noticed some type of evolution emotionally. Like the way you respond to situations isn't the same. Like say for instance, maybe you used to haul off and get loud. Maybe you get super aggressive in arguments, and now you're not doing that. You know what I mean? So maybe you avoid conflict in a way that it wasn't like that. Where like maybe at one time you'd always just say what you needed to say. It's like a change. Or you were very scary of saying it, but now you're like assertive, and like it comes off in a way where you're not avoiding conflicts, because it could be people avoiding you because now you're coming off in that light. But either which way, it's still like a sense of admiration or respect that's coming your way, because we got the Page of Cups here. Some of y'all about to have some type of accomplishment or benefits that you haven't had before. Someone's going to be generous with you, but there's an underlying motive, and it's probably because they like y'all, but you're going to kind of pick it up. You're going to notice that they're just sweet on you. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like extra fond on you, but they got to sometimes act like they're not extra fond on you because other people are around. So you may notice that. I think that's what you're just kind of picking up, these little like silent conversations that aren't being had, but like through interactions or behavior patterns that people are exercising. You know what I mean? So you're like, okay, I kind of know what they're saying, but they're not saying it, but they're doing this, but that lets me know that like they're trying to say something. Because some of y'all, they may be sneaky. The King of Cups here, 7 of Cups, Page of Cups, they may be trying to, like, some of y'all, this is like romantic. People may be trying to flirt with you when they already have relationships. When they're already taken. Because the King of Cups in reverse and the 7 of Swords gives me like a sneaky husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend. You may be dealing with situations like that. Like it may be a lot of that, because the moon could like, you can kind of understand the subtleties. The way that they're moving is moving in a way where it's like, I don't want to be seen, or I don't want to like rock the boat, or like it's very strategic. Like you may start paying attention to these things and start noticing like, oh, like the looks that you get, the little treatments that you're getting, All these things are like implying something else, and you're gonna start picking up those motives. And some of y'all are gonna be able to use it to your advantage, because the South Node could be like, maybe you already had this talent or this ability of recognizing it, but you just kind of like pushed it down, like, nah, I'm tripping. That's not what I'm saying, or nah, I'm tripping. That's not what's happening here, or some shit like that. All right, anyway, let me give you signs. Could be Aquarius, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Aries, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, again, Virgo, Gemini, Leo. I said Aquarius? I did, yep. All right. So, Sag, that was y'all reading. Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. You said, well, you know, sneaky sometimes could be like, I don't know what it is. You know, it do give sneaky though. But it's a King of Cups. That's somebody who, they're going to be generous. Y'all know y'all like generosity. Don't play with me. I know y'all like generosity. That's how people be doing it. Because Seven of Swords is a strategic person. Obviously, it's worked in the past, so they ain't doing nothing no different than what they already seen work. You know what I mean? All right, anyway, y'all take it easy. I may be back later. I was supposed to come back yesterday, but it just didn't work out. So I'll be trying to come back later and do an all sign. So hope to see y'all. All right, man. I'm gone. Y'all take it easy.